Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. This is something that I wanted to talk about as I have gotten a lot more experience with multiple accounts and multiple different kind of carry characters, right? I pushed on each account a different carry character, and I do now have a kind of idea that I want to share with you as the best carry characters. Again, if you don't know what that means, which you might not, it's basically when you build in this game teams, right? You want to focus on one character being the duped out one, which is why there's a system in this game that's implemented in order to give this banner this slot on the banner, a absolute crazy rate in comparison to other stuff on the banner, right? If you were to look at it, to 1.8%, because your whole goal is to build that one character, that one, if you will, carry unit, dupe them out to the max ability that you can, and then boom, use them to clear out stages in the story, in whatever, and that's the entire idea of the game, correct? So you want to aim for one carry character, someone to do high DPS, high support maybe, that can also do whatever to kind of negate the enemies. There is so much, again, with this game that there are still testing occurring and stuff like that, but after all of this time, I can finally give you a list of some of the top, right, carry characters that I have come across. Again, we'll jump into this here today. Hope you're ready for it. Like and subscribe, helps out a ton, and if this guide is helpful, let me know down below, and if you have anything to disagree with, or if you have some tests you want to share, let me know down below. Helps out a ton. And yeah, let's jump into it. So first off, the one that I have the most experience with, and the one that I can tell you for my opinion, I went for Hua to be my build character, correct? Why did I do this? And I'll make this abundantly clear. I did this because we have a brand new character that just got introduced, okay? I saw this character kind of with the patch notes, and then I immediately knew I'm going to build Hua because this is going to be pretty crazy. You have a new character that now gives 18%, now that I've duped her a little bit, 18% attack at the start of the battle, okay? So the red element is going to do 18% more damage. So I had two characters over here, red element. I decided to dupe her a little bit, and I'm telling you now, these two characters together are nuts. With the boost, everything, it's nuts. Now, that is why I'll say that Hua is a great carry. It's the carry that I use. Might not be the best one, but it is one of the top ones. If you want to build Hua for the reasons of red team is pretty strong. I've also talked to a few whales that have duped Hua very well, and they can say for certain they have pushed 16 to 20, and still Hua is performing absolutely well. Like, really well, okay? Just know that. Her passive is more so leaning towards being a support character. She literally is a support character, but because of everything, because of her abilities, because of her entire weak point, and hunt kit, she is going to be a very powerful contender for a while to come in the game. If you were to read through her skills also, you get like the idea of why she really is good. And then if you were to look at her entire, I'll hop over the codex to show this to you actually, but or I didn't have to do that, but let me just act like I did that, all right? Move forward. But here, you have the entire exclusive equipment. Her equipment is pretty nice. So again, every character gets their own sort of little gimmick here, but for hers, it's pretty nice. She gets critical hit rate increases by an additional 10% when an ally attacks a weak point enemy, which is constantly happening because you're applying that, and most of the time, if you're building your team correctly, this will happen a lot. So you're getting an additional 10% whenever that happens. You then will kick into this level 2 one. She creates a barrier equal to 300% of her attack for 2 seconds every time a weak point enemy takes a critical hit. This increases her survivability, which again, people say that some characters are squishy. This will kind of prevent and help you a little bit in keeping your character alive. So, and it's pretty good for being a level 2, a pretty easier thing to achieve. It's going to give you a pretty big boost. The duration of Hua's level 2 exclusive equipment barrier increases by 4 seconds. So now a 6-second barrier is being procced every single time. It gets better and better as the character increases. This is a very powerful kit overall. And again, it is being shown here as duped out, but really at like, as soon as you get to 2-3 sets of the dupes, right, it's going to be a very powerful kit. And again, as the same thing goes with hats, another very powerful carry character. Both of these with dupes, they get exponentially stronger. Some characters with dupes get like, you know, stronger. They get pretty strong. But I think Hua and hats both get exponentially stronger. They blow up, right? As soon as they get their dupes, they really fly up there in numbers and survivability and scaling and everything. But I do think that Hua is one of the best ones. Again, I'll go into the next popular one. It definitely is hats. Why? He first has a ability to heal himself in a way where every time he lands a critical hit, he'll heal, which kind of is often. It really is. He increases his own swiftness, and again, he keeps increasing his critical rate, which is why he wants that to keep hitting more and keep hitting more crits, right? That's the entire point of his kit. So with that, you're getting a pretty big boost. Then you look at his equipment. Hatch recovers 5% of his max HP for every target attacked with lowest flying sword when highest and lowest flying swords activates, which is again pretty good. The attack Coefficient of Hat's basic attacks increases by an additional 25% when highest and lowest flying swords activates, okay? And this is a very big buff for him, okay? It gives him the ability to do a lot, and I do think that if you are looking for a carry, Hats is it, all right? The evasion, everything about him, he has pretty good survivability. He heals on attack. His crit rate's pretty high. He will be hitting for some decent numbers. And again, as you progress higher and higher into the tower, more so you kind of want to aim for survivability. And for me, from what my testing is, Hats can survive. He doesn't really die, and he does do pretty solid DPS numbers, all right? So if you're looking for a carry, it's going to be between, in my opinion, Hats and Hua. Those are like the two kind of iconic ones that people really are chasing and kind of more so aiming for. But there are more options. There definitely are. It's not going to be like those are the only ones and that's it. But moving forward, if we were to say one more that I really do like, if I can find him, because holy hell I can't. Yeah, Wang is a pretty good character. Wang actually gets discredited heavily. I don't know why. So it is true, parts of his kit kick down to RNG, but you are going to be refreshing the game here and there when you can't complete a stage. So anyways, he's going to be able to help you, and he does pretty good numbers. Generally speaking, he can actually hit some pretty good numbers for his entire thing. The thing is, his ult is a little bit wonky. It takes so long to activate, and then it kind of blows up itself because it just takes so long, and then he dies, he gets stunned, whatever, it cancels out the ult. So this is something that someone DM'd me and told me about. He was testing with Wang, and basically if you try and activate Evan's, revive, with his revive, it cancels out the revive, and it causes a whole kind of problem. Again, I can't verify that from my own testing, but it's a little bit weird. He does have a revive, so again, it's pretty good. For what it is, he is going to be a really strong character. Also with his equipment, his bomb increases in damage constantly, which is also a pretty cool thing. So he's going to be powerful. He definitely is. Wang is a top carry. But the thing is, and this is why I say it, Hats is so strong, and he's of that yellow category. Not this one. Hats is of that yellow category, right? So he's already pretty powerful. That it kind of, overshadows on him over here, being, again, on the light character or a yellow character. So that's what happens, but it doesn't, again, kind of take away from the fact that he is good. It's just, he's yellow, so kind of ruins it. He's not bad, but up to you, right? Yellow Feathers isn't bad, but I haven't done enough testing to say anything there. People use him as a carry, but not me. I haven't used him yet, but on to like the purple carry, it's definitely Endorsi. Endorsi is a cheese character, so she kind of cheeses a lot of the stages. If you're looking for a cheese character, Endorsi is your character. She does a lot, right? So first, she has some sort of teleport back, where she teleports back to her starting position with the Bong Bong. Yeah, to recover 12% of her max HP for 3 seconds. This is again when she takes fatal damage, so when she dies, basically, in a way, or I guess takes a lot of damage, either one. She just teleports back, start healing to get at least kind of more, if you will, time to kill. Yeah. Moving forward, she has a knockback duration on Reckless Princess, which increases a lot. Okay, so it does, right? It increases by 1 second over here. Enemies hit by this have their defense decreased by 10% for 10 seconds. The knockback duration of this part over here increased by 1 second. So again, it does kick up where it's not that bad of a thing here. Reckless Princess is over here, and the sword is over here. So this is something that you can get off often, and then again, increasing the fact of the knockback. Knockdown for 2 seconds, now that's 3 seconds, they can't recover. That's why she's sort of a cheese character, because she can allow your team to do extra DPS more beyond that. People consider her more so a support character for the reason of keeping them down so that you're supporting the team to attack and land some more hits. Again, up to you, however you want to classify the character, but she is really good. So another sort of contender. I can preview the skills here, but I don't think you even care for that. So I'm gonna back out, act like that never happened. I was like, if I click this, what happens? Is it gonna show me in the menu? It's gonna go through a long loading screen. But Endorsi is a pretty powerful character, so do keep that in mind. Through everything, I think that she is good, and plus she's on purple team, so you can actually build a lot of stuff there. Hence why people use her. Purple team isn't terrible; it's actually pretty good. So at the end of the day, both light and purple is really solid. Red team is pushed a lot. Blue team is hated on. Whales tell me that, when a lot of top players tell me that blue team doesn't really contend. So it's better to stick with either building Hats as the carry and forming some sort of mono team there, or going for, more so a mono red team and then building something off of that. Because again, as the game progresses, keep this in mind, you'll have to build multiple teams. There's no such thing as, I built my Hats, baby, I'm good to go. That's it, I'm done, I'm tapped out. No, after building Hats, you might have to build Hua, you might have to build Endorsi, you might have to build somebody else to kind of do something, correct? Because you're going to need multiple carry units, and apparently, do not take this 100%, but a few people have been talking about this. As you get to the newest chapters that just got introduced, apparently you have to craft 3 teams, okay? And that's going to progress more and more as time gets along. There's going to be more, like 4 teams, 5 teams, but right now it's 3 teams. So can I confirm that? No. If anybody knows for certain, just let me know down below. But apparently you have to craft more teams. So beyond the fact of 2 teams, now 3 teams. So 3 carry units have to be kind of discovered and built. But if you're looking for a carry unit, I've offered you many over here. Endorsey is powerful. Hua is powerful. Hats is powerful. Wang is powerful. This guy over here, Hatchling, is powerful too. So 5 units. Did I not include one more? Am I miscounting it? Maybe I am miscounting it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Well, now we're on 5. So, oh, Yuri. Okay, so I'll talk about Yuri in a second. That's what I'm missing. So, give me a second. We'll talk about Yuri. Hatchling is a pretty good character also. He's of blue element, okay? He's considered a cheese character in a way also. He basically recovers energy equal to 20 over here. Attack coefficient increased by 100%. Combo increases over here. The combo resets if it isn't renewed within 8 seconds. So people consider him to be sort of RNG in a way, where sometimes if it doesn't land properly and everything doesn't go correct, you might have to reset. But a lot of the time he has pretty good uptime, and he does really do good for what he is. As a blue character, correct? So when you're coming to like the blue category, you also have one of the best tank characters, if you will, over here, being an absolute carry. So I do think that if you're building, Hatchling will be pretty good. I've talked to a lot of people that have used him, and I have a little bit of experience with him, so I can say he's pretty good. But again, I don't want to give too much wrong information here. I can guarantee you he'll be a good carry, but there are better options. That's my opinion. That's my opinion 100%, right? His equipment isn't bad, though, reading it. The duration of the swiftness buff from a successful kill with Star of Death increases by 3 seconds. Hatchling swiftness increases by additional 10 when killing an enemy with Star of Death, which I'm guessing is his ultimate. Yeah, so not a bad thing. I think his kit will kind of manage and do pretty good, but I don't have an insane amount of experience with him. I have some, but not enough to give you the justification of why. But I could say for certain, Yuri is pretty good. So you get 3 dupes for Yuri at the start of the game, which is first off really solid, and then getting dupes for her afterwards, put her in the slot, and she will do really good. She is more so, if you will, an end game character, if you were to argue above, 16 and stuff like that, because she really comes in clutch, okay? A lot of the green teams at that point will really shine, and green at that point will be broken, because you're going to go against a lot of blue, a lot of stuff like that. That's why red team is kind of doing great, because it somehow shatters blue team, very well. I don't know why, even though it's disadvantage, but it's still shredding. That's why everyone says red team is so good at 16 and above, because it destroys blue team like it's nothing. But if you don't have, red team being built, Yuri is a great contender. She is actually pretty strong and everything. And this is a character, again, given 3 dupes at the beginning, so building her isn't too difficult at all. The attack coefficient of the bubble barrier increases by 100%. Yuri recovers 5% of her max HP every second. That's actually pretty good. And this activates pretty often, right? So keep that in mind. Every time she uses a skill, you activate it for 3 seconds. She then starts healing. So you see, after you invest in the character, that heal plus that barrier, it's gonna be pretty strong. So Yuri is a very good character with higher floors, and a lot of players have pushed that point to me. A lot of players have. So I definitely would also take a look into Yuri. But that's kind of what I would say for the top carries. Yuri, Hatchling over here, definitely Hua. Endorsey, she's also pretty good. Yeah, she's also pretty good. Again, you have Wang over here, and then Hats. I think those are the top carries you would kind of want to look for. Again, people are gonna be like, why aren't you talking about SSR pluses? You can't dupe them, correct? When you dupe a SSR character, they're going to be on par with an SSR plus, but by the time you get SSR plus dupes, it's gonna be a very long time, and that's something not to chase in a way. So you kind of want to chase what you're looking for with an SSR and use those as your carries. But Hats, Hua, my top 2 favorites. Definitely if I were to say my 3rd favorite, I like Endorsey and I like Wang. I think that those 2 are pretty strong. Hatchling I haven't used enough, and Yuri I've used a little bit. So for those, that's what I would say from my experience. But again, people have different testing. People have been playing the game differently. So if you have any character you like, let me know down below. If you disagree with anything that I said, you let me know down below. But mainly, that's what I kind of want to recommend. And if I were you, if you do not make your main carry right here, you're doing it wrong, okay? Your main carry should always be in the slot unless you're trying to chase a different character. The only time I swapped out this character was to put her in, just to pull her, to make the team much stronger. But again, after pulling her, I threw her back onto that category there. That was before the free unit was announced. We did not know that she was a free unit, okay? That was afterwards. But I did chase Hua fully, and now I will continue to chase her For some reason, I only have a few dupes on her, but it's gonna change. It's gonna change real soon. She's gonna get duped out crazy. I still haven't pulled, like, my wish list is going crazy, dude. I'm missing on this account so many of the characters, okay? Like, I don't know why, but it is the case. But moving forward, that's all I got for you here today. I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace out, enjoy. That's been it, and I hope you're able to enjoy it. Yeah.